What's going on, guys? It's Friday, December 10th, and a big UFC 269 fight week is well underway. Tomorrow, Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira, the fight we've all been waiting for. The final pay-per-view of 2021. Big fight week. Means you guys had big questions, so let's just jump right into it with one from my man Andrew Harbaugh, who asked, McGregor has stated that he wants a lightweight title shot upon his return. If Oliveira wins Saturday, does he still want that fight from both a mental and financial standpoint? I think absolutely Conor McGregor wants that fight. You can criticize him for a lot of stuff, the stuff he does outside the cage. You can say maybe he's a little bit over the hill in his career. Maybe he's not what he once was, or the division's gotten better. But one thing I don't think you can say about Conor McGregor is that he steers clear of certain fights. I mean, the guy's been willing to fight everyone that they put in front of him. And sure, at times the UFC's done a good job of giving him fights that he has a very high chance of winning. However, I think when it comes to the belt, when it comes to sending a message, and at this point in his career, coming off back-to-back losses, I think that he's a guy that would want to just get in there, prove to everyone, shut them all up. And honestly, sure, if the fight hits the ground, he's going to be in trouble. Charles Oliveira will maul him there. But on the feet, Charles does have a history of, not necessarily doing the best and absorbing damage. He survived in the Chandler fight last time around. I think that was some growth that we saw from him. But historically speaking, over the span of his career, he's a guy that has not really liked to get hit. So for me, I think Conor McGregor is not going to shy away from that matchup. Whether the UFC wants to do that right away is a different story. It seems like Justin Gaethje has already been kind of promised that next shot. And then you also have Islam Makhachev and Beneil Dariush. So I would expect McGregor to come back against someone else, but not because of his own volition, because the UFC wants him in a different slot in their larger plan. Next question comes from Joe from Bayonne. Does Oliveira have to finish Poirier to get the respect he deserves? I don't think he has to. I think it would certainly go a long way. I mean, it was kind of funny, right? After UFC 262, everybody was praising Charles Oliveira. Finally he did it. It was a comeback. Look at how much better he's gotten. Look at the career. And now coming into this fight, I feel like it's just fans and people online and media are just hammering, Dustin Poirier. Like, obviously he's the star here. He's one of the biggest stars in the UFC. So I guess it's natural to a certain degree, but I think it also kind of demeans Charles Oliveira to a certain degree. So if he goes out there, finishes Dustin, that's a real exclamation point. If he squeaks by, I think people will give him an added layer of respect. But, I mean, a finish is always going to help in a scenario like that, right? All right, and the final question comes from Ian Anderson. Assuming OMalley beats Paiva, who should he fight next that would move him up the ladder towards a title shot? Personally, I think Cody Garbrandt would be a outstanding matchup. I can't disagree. That would be an outstanding matchup, but Cody's dropping to 125 pounds, and it seems like that is where he's going to stay. He's made it very clear. Flyweight, the move went really smooth. It was something he was able to do over time, and it's something that he wishes that he had done before. So I can't imagine that this would be a one-off, that he would just say, regardless of what happens. Say he goes in there, gets knocked out on Saturday, like in a minute. I don't think he's just going to say, hey, there's no point in giving this another chance. I think that we're going to see Cody Garbrandt stick there. As for who Sean O'Malley should fight next, there's a number of different guys in this division. I like the Adrian Yanez matchup just because there has been some heat, and I think that they're, kind of on the bubble of the top 15. If they want to give him somebody in the rankings, Sean O'Malley, I think a matchup against, maybe like a Cody Stamann or a Frankie Edgar even, that would be a big fight for Frankie too, to prove that, these guys might be rising, they might be getting better, but here he is, and he's still able to compete. Very similar to when he fought Yair Rodriguez. I get kind of that similar vibe. So either of those guys, but preferably for me, Adrian Yanez would be my pick. But I appreciate everyone that sent in questions this week. I think you guys just outdo yourself every week, and I appreciate it all. Make sure to tune in to MMA Junkie tomorrow night, UFC 269 on pay-per-view. We'll have you covered from the first prelim to the last guy to go at the post-fight press conference. So keep it locked. Appreciate you.